Have you ever had a problem where your PlayStation or your Xbox overheats just sitting inside one of these Ikea cabinets? Well, today I'm going to show you how to fix that. This is a 4-inch cooling fan which can be bought online, in this case Amazon.com, for about $4. What we're going to do is we're going to install this into the back of my media center. That'll help establish a steady airflow, which will help cool down the Xbox One. So the next thing I've done is I've outlined the box on the back corner of my IKEA cabinet here. The reason I've done this is because I want to use the strongest points of contact in order to mount this fan. This being, of course, the particle board ribs here on the sides. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cut out my scored box, just using a box cutter. This is a soft backwood planking, so a box cutter should be fine to do this with. We don't need to pull out a big drill or huge drill bits in this case, unless I was going through some heavier wood. You can see my box cutter, a couple quick score marks, are going to cut right through this. Alright, I've made my cuts with my box cutter blade, and don't worry about those old IKEA nails holding in everything on the particle board. Those just pull right out. They're not really meant much more than that to secure it from some mild knocks that may occur. There's the piece pulled out with all its nails. Make sure to throw that away so your children don't step on that. There's the hole in the back. And there's the hole in the front. It goes all the way through. Now we got left to do is just mount the fan and plug it in. Now we're going to establish some pilot holes just to make sure this cheap particle wood doesn't crack as we put in screws. Alright, once your pilot holes are in, last thing for you to do is put on the finger guards on both sides in case your kids want to reach in and try to touch something. And finish screwing it all in. And then I'll show you how we're going to properly manage this so it's not on all the time. There you see the fan completely mounted. Now this fan came with a nice on-off switch / speed control. Now I don't want to have to operate this every single time I need to turn on my television, and I don't want to, and every time I turn off my television. So what I've done is I have a power-saving energy strip, or power strip, back here. And what this allows me to do is when my TV turns on, my peripherals turn on. When my TV turns off, my peripherals turn off. This prevents excess energy draw and helps save quite a bit of energy. So by putting it in there, all I have to do really is turn on my TV. TV's on. Now VCR can be turned on. DVD player can be turned on. I do not plug my Xbox or my PlayStation into that, as those have to be turned off on their own shutdown sequence. Sudden turn-offs can be damaging to that equipment. But now that my TV is on, this fan should be spinning. Let's see. And it is indeed spinning at this point. So now I can adjust the speed of that fan and determine if that's going to be enough airflow to keep my Xbox or my PlayStation cool while sitting in these IKEA cabinets that don't have much airflow to begin with. especially, let's say, since I have an ottoman that might be pushed in front of this and heated up. The good news is the back of my media center has this nice little hole here for wires and such. So let's say the ottoman does in fact block the front of my my cabinet here, heating up the Xbox or the PlayStation. Well, now air will draw through that hole, siphon off heat off of the Xbox or the PlayStation as it sits there, and get pulled out over here. Now if the ottoman isn't blocking, it'll just continue a main stream of airflow through the side here, catching heat as it comes off of these nice little Xbox vents, helping to keep the system cool. Thank you, YouTube. That's a finished product. As you can see, very easy, and no one can see the fan behind that Xbox. Like and subscribe.